Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for TWiT Specials is provided by Cachefly at cachefly.com.
Hey, welcome to TWiT's coverage of Gadgets special event here at the Design Center in San Francisco. I'm Tom Merritt. Chatting away in the chat room is Sarah Lane. Hey, Sarah.
I was literally just chatting with the chat room, and you guys know that. I'm not lying. I really am.
And also, the founders of The Feast are with us, Ryan Block and Pete Rojas, founders of Gadget. It's Gadget, right? I mean, it's a, Sarah was asking me earlier today about that.
Yes, it is Gadget.
I already know the answer, but for anyone who might be confused as to whether it's gdgt or Gadget, you swing both ways, right?
I don't know if I'd say that, but
we were calling it Gadget for a while, but it just never stuck. So, you know, it's like
Not enough cachet for Gadget.
Gadget, exactly.
So tell us what's going on. I mean, this is a meetup, but it's a lot more than that. There's a bunch of stuff going on here.
yeah, it's a consumer tech event. So we brought together about 50 companies, really, really amazing companies from T-Mobile to AT&T, Sonos, Sony, Windows Phone, Samsung.
I know you've got Boxy and the Google TV stuff, but they're on opposite sides of the room. That's smart.
Right. Yes.
Keep those guys far away from each other. Far away from each other.
There might be a boxing match later. We'll see. Boxing. Anyway, yeah, we have a lot of companies here. It's really, really overwhelming, actually.
So the folks out are going to come in pretty soon. The Gadget fans, the press, the dirty press will get rushed out of the way, and then what do folks get to see? What's the experience for those across the country who couldn't make it out to this one?
Well, I guess you guys get to determine that, right? Because you're going to be live streaming.
Yeah, we're going to live stream for the next hour or so, just going around and talking to different folks. You won't get the free drinks at home, though, right?
That is true. You won't get free drinks. We have a taco truck outside. You're not going to get that. It's a pretty good taco truck. Anything else?
Well, you can win. I mean, there's lots of stuff that people can win, you know, that have come to the event. Obviously, if you're watching at home, you can't win any of that stuff either, I guess. But, you know, the whole idea is to be a little bit like a consumer electronics show. Obviously not on the scale of CES, but the idea is to really like get people who don't get to go to tech launch events and press conferences and stuff like that, you know, a chance to actually get hands-on with this stuff. And it's pretty exciting for us because the whole point of the site is really about gadgets and users and really about like connecting people to gadgets. And so really, you know, doing this in the real world is kind of makes a lot of sense for us.
Yeah, it's like a CES press event, don't you think?
This is a CES that's much more doable, much less overwhelming, with people I know and like.
And regular people are allowed in, right? And you always have cool stuff. I remember the first time I saw Windows Phone 7 was at your South by Southwest Gadget event. You had the Zune HD like the day it was announced before. So what are the highlights in here tonight?
Well, I think, you know, the Boxy Box is definitely one of them. Windows Phone 7 is definitely one of them. I mean, there's the Logitech review, Google TV. There's just a ton of stuff. I mean, it's overwhelming. G2, HTC's HD7, just tons.
Do you have the Nexus S hidden somewhere?
No, you might want to call a Gadget for that one.
All right. Well, then I don't know why we're standing and talking to you. We should actually go start walking around. Huh?
Yeah, check out everything. There's like 50 tables. You got to go upstairs too. There's a lot of stuff. So a lot of ground to cover.
Floor. We're only on floor 1, and then we get to go to the mezzanine level.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for putting this on, and thanks for letting us come.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I already hugged you both, so we don't have to shake. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Great. Would you like to see the history of the telephone, wireless telephone?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Let's see. What's the history of the phone?
Look at this one right here.
How long is this going to be?
This is the early 1990s.
I feel like I'm in school. No, this is like Michael Douglas stuff.
I
You like
actually
that,
used
huh?
that's the model I used in radio in like 1988. That
Really?
yeah, this thing.
Feel this thing, Tom.
No,
This
I
is
remember.
like
I used to do live remotes on this thing. Like you have to press send, and then you call in, and yeah.
All right.
Here's the first picture phone from 1964.
Wait a second. Come on in here, Baca.
Where in 1964 is when the concept of the picture phone first was introduced by AT&T.
Oh my lord! But nobody bought one. Nobody had one of these.
You know, a lot of people, it seems like in those days, didn't want to be seen when they talked on the telephone.
Well, they still don't sometimes.
Yeah, you know, that's all, of course, all changing now with some of the technology today on your cell phones where people can see each other. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't want to be seen when they talk. But this has been around, just goes to 1964, so it's been around, you know, nearly 50 years.
And then what do we got here? We're like slowly ramping up to the Windows Phone.
The telephone. You picked up the telephone here, and you talked here on the phone.
And this is from what year?
1964, World's Fair.
Oh, really? These are both 64.
Yeah, 1964, where they go together, World's Fair.
What if we jump ahead to the now? Because
Jump ahead to the now.
I have a confession. I have never held a Windows Phone. I've never held one.
Well, you're about to hold a Windows Phone. Windows Phone 7. This is the now, state of the art, on the AT&T network.
So why don't you hold this mic and just kind of walk me through for absolute basic, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a consumer, I might want this device, what do I do?
Well, Windows Phone 7 is designed for glance and go technology. You can see the tiles.
Yeah.
So let's see, you want to make a...
So what if I want to send a message?
There you go.
Everything goes away and then my message.
Windows Phone, yep, go ahead, play with it there.
All
See,
right.
there you come up, now you text message.
Hi. There.
You actually, you put the phone number up there, 2. You put the
see.
phone number up there, put the 10-digit number.
So I'm already screwing this up.
Yeah, that's okay, put the phone number up there. You did? Yeah, and then you punch in right there, and that's your message underneath. I'm sorry.
Type a message.
There you go. Type a message. Hello.
I'm sure it was an accident. All right. So what else?
Yeah.
What else
okay.
is going on
so
here?
one of the things here, it's
Here,
kind
I'll hold this.
of loud in here, but see, with you hold this down, this button right here. Pizza. Pizza. Little loud in here.
I mean, admittedly, it's very loud in here.
Conditions, this would scan. You say a word, car repair. In seconds, it kicks out all the places nearby where you get your car repaired based on your GPS. It knows where you are. Yeah. So it's a new way to go. It's really all about accomplishing your task quicker, being faster.
And now, what about this HTC model? What makes this particular model special?
Well, the HTC model has this feature. Look at that, a built-in speaker on the back. So you can play your speakers if you're showing video. You do, and watch this. It has a little stand on it like this. So you take it like that, and it will, if you're following right here, it will sit out like that as a room speakerphone.
Now, it's really cute, but I gotta ask, how good is that speaker?
You know, it's a good speaker. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, it's not going to fill a concert hall, but if you're in a hotel room or something like that, or you take it with you, it's nice. There you go. And you can see, done, so we'll take it now. Okay, there's a search engine. We got to the search engine. So let's take and show you some.
So that they can see at home.
So what you do is, see, you go back over here. Everything you download or all your applications are here in order. And if you want to take one and put it in the front page, like say Facebook or something, all you would do is you'd hold it down right here. And it says pin to start. And if I hit that, then it puts it on my home page.
Now, what if you just have a ton of applications? Isn't that scrolling going to get old?
If what?
If you have a ton of applications, aren't you going to be scrolling forever?
Well, that's what I say. You put them on the home page, the ones you want the most.
I see. So
yeah.
you decide your favorites to go into your windows.
Exactly. And you control your windows. See, for instance, let's take here. We'll take a video here, and let's play this one. See? So
Eileen, is there anybody in the chat room that has any burning questions about this HTC phone? Everyone's kind of seen it, I think, over the last week or so. Well, looks good. Gotta tell ya.
So we've taken you from 1964, the world's
to 2010.
To 2010 to Windows Phone 7 on the AT&T
in 5
network.
minutes.
It's all been AT&T, the common denominator.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Moving on. What do you say about grilling these Logitech folks for a few?
All right, let's talk to the Logitech peoples. So here it is. This is the Logitech review, I believe. Oh, there it is, right here. So this is the newest Google TV device, not the one that's built into Sony, but that's the one that you can buy on your own. It's $300. You plug it into there with your HDMI cable from your TV source, like your Comcast box or your DirecTV box, and then you take it from there and it goes out to the TV. So the idea is that you'll be able to actually have your television through the Google TV and then use the Google TV to also get web video. The problem is Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS are all blocking the Chrome browser. So you can get YouTube, you get Netflix, but you can't get a lot of the other stuff that you might want to get that way. I also have a problem with, and it doesn't look bad right now. I don't know how it's going to translate over the stream, but the picture looks pretty good here. I don't know how good it's going to be. I have a problem at home where the DirecTV signal gets downgraded to where it's unwatchable when it passes through the Google TV box, so that whole thing is out of the way. And this is the remote over here. This is how you actually control it. It's kind of a big remote, right? So it's very functional. It's got a mouse pad on the side right here. So you can actually move around and click and do all that sort of thing. Move around with the arrow keys. But which one of these actually is control? Oh, you've got the clamshell. This is the other option. Now you buy this extra, right?
Yes, sir.
We're streaming live, by the way, just as a warning,
okay, Tom,
on the TWiT.tv. But so how much does this run?
This is $129.99. It's just called the Logitech Mini Keyboard Controller. It has, as you guys can see, it has a touchpad here that you can move the mice around. It also has a different mode that you can use a directional pad, which we took.
Yeah.
Integration.
I love the Harmony. It's a great remote.
Definitely works as well. Controller, and all of the devices can actually control all of the devices at once and not interfere. So you can have up to 6 unit-defined devices controlling everything on your stack.
It's all RF, right?
It's all RF.
Okay. I'm Tom, by the way. Nice to meet you. So, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around a little so you can see people see the interface, and take us to NBC.com. And no, I'm just kidding. Take us to shows the CNBC Real Time is a really cool app that's on Google TV. So this is dedicated streaming CNBC right to the device. It's not a website, right?
Exactly. Yes, it's actually going to their back-end servers, pulling information, integrating, and pulling live information directly from their servers.
And how much, do you know how much live programming they have up? Because I know it reruns at night when the stock market is closed and all that.
Unfortunately, I do not. But I do know that if you did want to go to their website, you can't actually stream because of what's going on with them blocking our content right now, but you can still get to the content. You can get to the content, yes.
And then applications-wise, is I think where a lot of people they're upset, like, okay, people are blocking the Google TV box, so I can't get to there in Google Chrome. What can I get to the applications? You have Netflix, right?
Yes, we do. We have Netflix, we have Pandora, we have NBA Game Time, we have Napster, Logitech Vid HD, which on the top of the TV you can see we have the TV cam, which transmit at 1080p high def. And you can call computers as well as other review boxes. So it's not limited just for our product. You can have another webcam on your PC using our Logitech Vid HD software and still make that connection and make that call.
Would have to have that software.
Yes,
They
and
would have to have Logitech
cameras,
hardware.
exactly. And the application is free, so that's the key. We want to just keep everyone connected from their living room to the PC to wherever they want to be connected.
Are you going to get the updated Netflix interface? Because I know this is the old one, and the new one has more searching and stuff. That was kind of a frustration.
Right. It's basically a development thing. We didn't want to actually go to the newer interface. We wanted to polish it up before it actually hits the market, which I do understand now the Android marketplace should be hitting us sometime in the first quarter of next year, which that's going to open up a plethora of other applications as well as the updates to the applications we already have.
What kind would you be able to put games and things on here?
Flash games are coming. Okay. Yes.
When will those?
That's all dependent on when the marketplace is available. It's going to be an open market, so the developers will actually be the ones.
Anything that's in the marketplace you'll be able to put on here.
At this point, I do believe that's the way that we're going. However, there are going to be some limitations, and that's what we're going to figure out once the marketplace does go live. However, our hardware should be able to handle any type of Flash application or any Android application out there today.
You know, I just got one, and my biggest frustration with it is that for some reason, when I run my DirecTV HD through it, it looks grainy. The signal just isn't smooth going through. Do you have any idea? I'm not trying to ask you for tech support, but like, is that a known issue or is that just me?
Actually, I don't know if that's a known issue or not. And that's why I kind of looked over like it shouldn't be that way, because what we do is we take the signal and we just pass it through our box. We don't change it at all. So it could be something with interference. It may be an update that you need on the actual DirecTV box at that point, which I do know that we've been working with the different service providers trying to get them to, fix their firmware and update and keep up with the technology and the times.
Because I also don't get sound through I have a D-Link switcher. The sound doesn't come through there either, which I haven't had. So there's just little quirks and tweaks like that, yeah.
Right. From what I know, we're really not supposed to be working with switches and splitters and things like that at this point. But we're not saying don't try it, because we
haven't bothered testing it.
Exactly. And going forward, once the different firmware updates for our boxes comes out, we're going to be making those small adjustments to appease the consumer at that point.
Now, do you push those updates like a Google Chrome for Google TV, or do you have to accept them and download them, like an Xbox?
Yeah, so you have to accept them and download them. You'll see a prompt when one is actually available and ready and already downloaded on the box or ready to be installed, and you can click install later.
So it will download it in the background? That's handy.
Yeah, because it's always on, it's always connected to the broadband. We're not doing a lot of firmware updates, so it's not like going to be an everyday thing or every week thing at that point. We have schedules for, making sure that we're attacking all the problems that consumers were having, as well as adding new features, and then that's when we're making those deliveries to the consumer.
Can you show the what's on feature here? Are you actually hooked up to a service? Okay, to a dish. That's cool. So the idea with what's on is that your dish service is coming through and you're getting to search not through what's just on the internet, but through anything, right?
Exactly. Anything that your dish box or your service provider is providing you, it automatically categorizes them. For instance, right now we're looking at movies. So it's showing you what's on, how much time is left on every channel. So I can just go ahead and go to a different channel here and find out if it's on. This isn't our service, but as you can see, this firmware needs to be updated, but it took about, 1 second to get there? But you see we're there.
But you've got RF going to an IR blaster, and the IR blaster controls the dish box, right?
Exactly, and also there's a different way that we are integrating with the dish product itself, and that's what we call two-way full integration, to where it switches from using the IR technology and transfers all of the commands via Ethernet or your wired network or wireless network. So it switches over to RF at that point.
What's the advantage of getting the box over just buying a new TV and having it integrated?
Probably price.
Okay, yeah.
Price-wise, and also what we're looking at is to reach out to all the people who already have the high-def TVs with HDMI and giving them the opportunity to get that Google TV experience without having to go out and buy a brand new TV and integrate it into their entertainment stack.
That's great. Thanks for taking the time to talk, man. That was good. Yeah, I appreciate that. Do you have anything else new that you're? I know you got a bunch of the Logitech products out here. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look at those real quick.
So this is definitely the coolest thing. This is the Logitech Solar Keyboard.
Now it stores a charge, so even like at night. That's the big question. People are going to be like, when the sun goes down, it works, right?
Exactly.
It's like a solar calculator.
Exactly, and it keeps it constantly, charging itself, and once it stays charged, you never have to worry about changing the batteries or anything like that. And if you're not even in a well-lit area, it'll still pull a charge down from whatever illuminating light there is.
That's not a solar one. The remote for the Google TV, that's just regular batteries in there, right? Yeah.
AA batteries. However, these batteries, this keyboard will last for a year. Up to a year.
Just on regular batteries.
Just on regular batteries. So you change these batteries once a year, you're done.
When you change your smoke alarm, change.
Exactly.
So the solar keyboard runs how much?
That is $79.99, I do believe. Yeah.
And all the stuff's available now, right? I know the Google TV.
Yes, everything on this table is available. Laptops not so much. We were testing some things for people, but everything else here is ready for sale already in the store.
New MM Max?
Yes, it is. Actually.
It's a wireless. Hey, I'm Tom. We're streaming live, Amanda.
Okay. Yep, this is the wireless gaming mouse, G700.
So what's new in the G700?
It has 13 programmable controls. It's designed for MMO players, so they can go through and program the controls to do whatever they need. But it's also, those controls are out of the way, so when you need to play an FPS or something that's really precise, the buttons are totally out of the way and you can just game on.
Do you have a left-handed version?
We do not.
That's always my problem. I actually have an MMX mouse that I use left-handed, even though it's right-handed. When are they going to do that finally?
Stay tuned.
Okay. I will stay tuned. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. How much does that run?
$99.99.
$100. And like I said, all this stuff's available now. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. All right. Oh, look at that. Whoa, you're going to see something really weird now. On time delay, this is the, is this the TWiT app? Or is this just through the Chrome browser? Okay. There we are. Wow. This is going to get a little redundant here in a second, though. It's like a trip back. Do you remember when I noticed this and started walking over? Those were the days.
30 seconds ago.
Those were good times.
Yeah, they're good times now. Let's keep chugging forward.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
All right,
appreciate that. You ready? You ready to take the baton? I had questions. No, I just needed to know. Now I feel better, actually. I might not return it now. Really? Yeah, I got, firmware upgrades. The marketplace. Well, it sounds like most of the stuff can be fixed with a firmware upgrade, and they're adding the Android Marketplace after the first of the year, which means anything in the Android Marketplace you can install. That's very enticing, I have to say.
I don't have an Android phone either, so that could be a fun way for me to be part of the club.
Yeah, you should join.
All right, well, guess what I get to do now? I get to play with a 3D laptop. What the heck? Connor from HP is going to walk us through it. Connor?
So we have a whole line of HP product here. Starting with our entry-level mini notebooks that start at $299, and then we have also our HP TouchSmart on the right over here. It's our entry-level TouchSmart system, capacitive touch, starts at $699, and then.
How small is this guy? Because this guy is starting to make the 11-inch MacBook Air look downright big.
Well, this is a 10-inch screen, about 3 pounds, a little under 3 pounds. So it's a nice small system, very good for traveling. It does basic computing needs. If you want to just hop on the internet, do some internet stuff, if you want to check email, search the web, watch a couple videos, it's great for that. You can't do any real high-end rendering or anything like that.
That's not why people buy a little 10-inch.
I mean, that would be more for our Envy line, which is our premium notebook brand. Over here we have the Envy 14 Beats Edition.
Now this thing looks pretty badass.
Oh, yeah.
Why
it's
is it
neat
like
kind
of a Darth Vader kind of looking thing?
Yeah, it's actually a system that was designed by some of the guys at Interscope, Dr. Dre, and Beats Audio.
Dr. Dre of When You Diss Dre, You Diss Yourself? That Dr. Dre?
Like, the CD, Beats.
The Chronic.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there.
You're speaking my language.
All right, so yeah, this was actually designed by those guys, and what they did was they tried to make it just look really flashy, really cool. It has all the Beats branding on it. Basically what Beats Audio is HP sat down with the guys at Interscope, Dr. Dre, will.i.am, and they sat down and they really wanted to try to get sound quality in a PC that makes it studio quality. So the sound that they hear in the studio, they wanted to be streaming through also the PC as well.
I mean, what are the steps? How do you start? Where do you start?
All right, so you sit down with them basically, and you basically have to reconfigure the entire system. All the internals, and it's basically the audio out. So all the magic comes from right here on the end. So what they did was they made the audio out so that they could.
Are we playing music right now?
Oh yeah, toss it on.
All right.
So she could hear the sound quality. And what they did was they reconfigured the PC there to really make the audio out so that you can get a lot higher highs, a lot lower lows, a lot better bass quality. And that's offered in our entire Envy line. So this is the Beats Edition. So you have the Beats branding. This over here is our Envy 14 Standard Edition.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, no worries. I'll just keep going. No, so this is our Standard Edition. The Beats Edition starts at $1149. The Envy 14 Standard Edition starts at $999. This is actually just awarded Computer of the Year from Wired Magazine.
Now, I have to say it because I know other people are thinking it. These look a lot like MacBooks.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that, but we don't like to just completely associate with them. They have a great design, and we feel like we have a great design here as well. We didn't take their notebook and try to, completely copy it or anything like that. What we did was just really try to design something that we felt like our customers wanted and something that we liked and we thought looked cool.
Well, it's kind of like how cars, that they've all become more aerodynamic over time, and no one's really. I mean, there's there's some, you know, it's sort of like, I don't know, the evolution of the design as a whole.
Oh, definitely, and we really try to concentrate on design. Within the system, we have a laser etched design on there, so you can really feel the difference too. So it's not just like a smooth, even on this one right here, the NV17, there's a real etched design that you can feel the quality of the system. All aluminum alloy, just really sturdy.
We're standing in front of this 3D laptop.
Cool?
Well, it doesn't look 3D yet. What do I have to do?
So basically what you do is you want to toss on some glasses here,
Yes,
check out the 3D.
Very much. All right, I'm putting these glasses on.
So I'll even put some on too, so you don't feel like you're the only one. We'll
Is there something on my face?
So what's really cool about this system is it's the only system out right now that has a 3D experience with a full 1080p HD.
It works!
As well. So we can see full 3D right now, and what you can do is you can come down here and you can switch to 2D mode, and what it is up here in the bezel you have an IR transmitter, and the same in the glasses. So our glasses just turned off 3D, so we're watching 2D. But the minute you go back and you turn on 3D, those glasses are going to
Holy moly.
We'll see a flash, and now we're
Woo!
full 3D again. So HP has a partnership with DreamWorks. These systems ship with the DreamWorks trailer for Megamind. It's a big hit right now.
Now let me go to the side here. Like, how long is this 3D before it stops working? Still pretty nice. What if I go back a bit?
You definitely go pretty far
Oh my gosh.
Still see that 3D experience going. You know, it's a 17-inch notebook, so you don't want to get too far back with the 17-inch notebook. You know, we're not at a movie theater with a huge screen, but for somebody sitting on their couch watching some 3D content, it's a great system.
I got so sucked into it, I forgot to let him speak into the microphone. I can't believe this. This is really...
And another cool thing about this system too, is if you want to get a little techie too, is you have dueling hard drives. So you can actually get a 126 SSD in there, and then also a 750 gigabyte hard drive. And it'll obviously boot up to the SSD and boot up faster with the SSD. But it's cool because you can do the dueling hard drive and really get it.
So I'm going to try to get as close as possible. So like if I'm on an airplane, you're scrunched up in economy, because I can't afford first class, and I'm watching this 3D movie. How long is this battery going to run?
The battery,
I mean watching a movie.
Watching a movie, yeah, it'll get about 2.5 hours. You probably get through one movie. It's a bigger system. It's a desktop replacement. And a lot of people are going to be lugging this thing around. But, if you are going to have something a little bit more mobile, you'll probably go to the 14-inch model of the NV. And, you get switchable graphics. You get, HD Radeon 5650, switchable graphics, and slot loading Blu-ray on this system. And you get a slot loading DVD drive on that one as well. So,
I love it.
Yeah,
I really love it.
All of them. It's great. It's fun.
Ah, this was fun.
We also have like an NBA demo as well. I mean, it's where 3D is going. 3D is going to.
All right. Twist my arm. Let's watch some football. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is way better than Megamind because they're real.
They're real, and you can see the depth. You can see the depth. You feel like the players are there, and then the audience is behind you. It's almost like you're sitting courtside, right?
This is ridiculously cool. This basketball. I love this. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, once the 3D market.
Totally where this is going.
Yeah. I mean, once the 3D market and 3D content starts becoming more prevalent, that's when things are going to hopefully blow up. And right now, if you go to a movie theater, you see half the titles, half of them are in 3D. So once they start coming out on Blu-ray and things like that, we're hoping that this is going to be a hit. And obviously, the World Cup was in 3D. The NBA is obviously experimenting in 3D. So we'll see where it goes, and we'll hopefully be a part of it.
Connor, thank you so much. This was an amazing demo. I'm really blown away.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoy
all these systems are available. They're all available now. They're all available on
I can go get this tomorrow morning.
Go get it tomorrow morning. You can
love
order
it.
up.
I love it. Thanks so much.
Hey, no problem. Hey, you guys as well. Thank you for having us.
Basketball in 3D, I never knew I would think that was so cool. And I do.
You're not a basketball fan, though, right?
I'm not a basketball fan, but I'm a 3D sports fan. That's for sure.
You do look a little bit like you went to the eye doctor when you wear those glasses, though.
These don't look cool. They don't make me look cool and hip.
Did you pass the glaucoma test?
Fine. I feel like my great-grandmother.
But, this is for home use. Yes. Right.
What's cool about this is, I got to the side, back, real up close. I thought that 3D would break a lot sooner. I actually couldn't get it to break.
Good side angle viewing, then. That's good. That's good. Cool. The Sony Google TV is over here, so I think we're gonna swing by that before we go to Boxy. So this is the Sony Google TV. Hey, Robert. I'm Tom. We're streaming live on TWiT right now, This Week in Tech. Say hello to the people. So we took a look at the Google TV over in the Logitech box, so we kind of know about the interface and everything. But the difference here is you've got it built into the TV, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we have sizes 32, 24, 32, 40, and 46. This is a 46. And the Google TV platform is built into the television set.
So how much is, and what is the model number and how much does this run?
So this is the NSX GT1. The 46 model goes for $13.99. The 40 goes for $9.99. The 32 is $7.99. And the 24 is $5.99.
And you get a different remote than you would with the Logitech Review, obviously. This is the remote that comes?
Yeah, this remote comes included with it. It's an RF remote. It's got a full QWERTY keyboard. So not only do you have much better range with it, but you don't have to worry about having to type directly in front of the TV. You can kind of sit back in your chair. And if you've ever used a smartphone, BlackBerry or such, then you'll be fine typing on this. It's nice and small, feels good in the hand, kind of similar to like what a PS3 type controller would feel like.
And these are available now?
Absolutely available now. They launched 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Available Sony style and at Best Buy.
And any other features in here besides the Google TV? Do you have other widgets or any other connectivity? Or
there's a kind of a little bit of a more of a Sony feel maybe to the menu system, even though it's very, very similar to the Review. But we do happen to have on here our application called Curiosity. And what Curiosity does is allows for you to get instant pay-per-view films available day and date as DVD. So Scott Pilgrim just came out this Tuesday, and you'll be able to watch it directly on your Sony Internet television set, right, without having to go back and buy it or go to the video store. So this is one of the exclusives here. And then we also have our Blu-ray player box that has the Internet, the Google TV platform built in. So if you love your TV at home and you don't want to trade up, you can purchase our Blu-ray player box and get the exact same experience and have a Blu-ray to boot for $3.99.
And so the Curiosity is exclusive to the Sony Google TV. You can't get it.
Yeah.
Do you have the CNBC real time, or is that the other?
Yeah, we totally do. It's up here. It's
just curious if they had any exclusives you don't, but it looks like you have everything that's on the other one. Yeah. It's just you also have that. Curiosity, by the way, if you don't know, people, is also got a partnership with Netflix. We talked about that on Tech News Today a while back, where they're able to get those same movies at the time that they come to Curiosity onto Netflix streaming. So it doesn't mean that you'll have the same movies in both places because of differences in the way they release them. But Curiosity is one of the places that gets movies faster than a lot of other services.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we like I said, day and day you get a bunch of all the top releases. This is also one of the differences too. I forgot to mention. Sony recommends. These are all websites, and actually these are already on our Bravia TVs and our Blu-ray players. But this is exclusive content available only to Sony customers. So there's a Michael Jackson channel, Dr. Oz, but then there's stuff like Wire, Style.com, Fear.net.
Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures, exactly. Nice synergy. Slacker, National Public Radio. So all these channels as well are available on the Sony Internet TVs that you wouldn't find on the Logitech.
Excellent. Thank you, Robert, for taking the time. It's nice to talk to you. Bye, everybody. All right, we are moving on. I think we're supposed to go plow all the way across to the Boxy folks now. We're going to keep it in the TV over the top sort of realm. There they are. I couldn't see you through the blinding light. We're going to talk to Sling next?
I lost you forever.
Oh, no, well, no, that was much shorter.
Well,
not you, the conversation.
Let's talk a little bit, because now there's just the two of us and just a few people at home. Between the two, what do you think?
Neither.
What'd you say?
I said neither. I would not. I'm not in the market to buy a new television, so that just doesn't play for me. If I was in the market to buy a new television, 42-inch, $13.99, maybe. Sony makes good TVs, but if there was another TV, I have a Panasonic Viera. So if there was a Panasonic Viera that had widgets, I might just say, well, I'll get the Logitech Review and go with that. The only thing you get with the Sony Google TV that you don't get with the Logitech is the Curiosity service, which a lot of those movies are with Netflix anyway.
Right. And I know I have Netflix. You have Netflix.
So you wouldn't have to pay for Netflix.
It's one of these things where it just depends on what you need as a consumer. If that's what you need, then it's a perfect device for you, and you got a nice TV.
Our breaking news coverage here is brought to you by Slingbox. And look, who's here?
Sling Media is right here at this very event. the Gadget event. Well, hi, Sling Media. How are you?
Jay Tannenbaum from Sling Media. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good. You guys having fun?
We're having a great time. We got two great things to show today here. One thing is the Windows Phone new Sling Player client, which launched on Monday. And then we have a sneak peek of iPad on a Sling Player on the iPad.
I want to see that.
We got to get you guys going with the beta because it's coming out really soon, and you should take a picture. Let me turn you on to our product manager, and he can give you a demo.
All right, let's see Sling on the iPad. ¿Dónde está el Sling on iPad?
Basically, the cool thing about it is it basically turns your iPad into a TV.
Which it does very well with the iPhone, but the iPad is so much bigger.
Exactly, and the quality is awesome. HTTP streaming, you know, it's just great. Let me see if I can get you a full demo. Yeah.
Would this be something you'd cover on iPad today?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're dying to. We're waiting.
Exactly. So we'd love to get you guys going on that. And then of course, it's newsworthy. Yes. So why wouldn't you talk about it? So hey Dave.
Well, there it is. I see it. It's playing some sort of a Food Network show. It's also very popular.
Dave Eiler, and
oh, hi, Dave.
He's actually Leo's cousin.
What?
What? Notice the facial resemblance.
Wait 1 second. Hold the phone. You're Leo Laporte's cousin?
Yeah, our moms are sisters.
That is wild. Okay, so tell me the most embarrassing thing he's ever done. I mean, it's just the two of us.
He grew up in a different city. I don't.
Okay. Well, some excuse that is.
I don't have the dirt on him.
Well, that's really awesome. Nice to meet you, Leo Laporte's cousin.
Oh, nice to meet you.
So we've got Sling running on the iPad here, don't we?
Yeah, that's right. So we haven't released it yet, but it's about to come out, and we're really psyched about it. I mean,
because Sling is a sponsor of TWiT, as you know, and we keep talking about how excited we are because Leo and I do a show called iPad Today, and we're ready to review it.
Yeah.
So when do we get it?
It's coming out very soon, like imminent.
How soon is soon?
Soon is like, Jay, what's the soon line? It's wiping the cranberry off of your mouth. Soon.
I don't know what that means.
We didn't get that. Really, really soon.
Is that a Thanksgiving joke?
It was an attempt at a Thanksgiving reference.
Well, I'm very dense.
But.
Cool. All right. So, I mean, does it work just the way that it works on the iPhone?
Yeah, we've got a new interface. If I can show you.
Absolutely. Come on out.
So, the video quality is the best we've ever done. I think you can kind of just see that right now by looking at the screen. But the other nice thing is the program guide. So if I hit the guide button here, instead of having to scroll around in my home guide, like if I want to watch Men in Black, I can just tap that. And it's going to tune to the channel, so it's much easier to kind of.
I can imagine just with the screen real estate of the iPad in general, you have more options.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of tough to fit everything into the iPhone screen, but with the iPad, we're able to kind of spread everything out more and make a better interface. It's a lot easier. Yeah.
Awesome. Tom, you love the Sling. You use the Sling all the time.
Yeah, I have a Sling at home.
When you go on vacation, you sit in your hotel room and you watch your shows.
I do. I don't go out. I don't enjoy myself. I sit at home. No, but yeah, when you're on a longer vacation and it's like a really important show you want to catch up on, this is important. This is cool. Or sports events. If you're a sports fan, your local team might not be available when you're visiting family and you want to get away from your family and watch your local sports team and not talk to them.
Well, all kidding aside, when you're in a hotel room, let's say you're on business and you don't get your home team's game, you can just watch it.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay extra. There's no rights fees or anything like that. You just go and hook up your Slingbox. It's your programming. It's anything that you get. That's what I like about it, because I don't have to pay extra for something. I don't have to root around. I don't have to be blocked by somebody on some service or other. It's all coming over the internet from my home to me and nobody else.
And I mean, for anybody who goes, well, iPhone, iPad, that's all Sarah talks about, Android and Windows Phone 7 as well.
Yeah, and BlackBerry. They don't have it showing here, but you get it on a RIM BlackBerry as well.
So there you go. It's not every platform, but most platforms.
Yeah, a lot of platforms. And on your desktop and your laptop, too.
Beautiful. We love Sling. We thank them for being our sponsor. Where are we going next?
I think we're going to Boxy. No?
All right, you want to take the mic?
All right.
Want to take the mic and run?
Let's go. All right, so I just got my Boxy Box last night. Actually, what I did is I took Ken Shepherdson's. He was nice enough to let me take his home, and then when mine came this morning, I gave him mine. But I was able to play with it last night. The interface was a little slow, but I like what it has available. So we'll see what theirs looked like over here. There's snacks, too. Here, let's see if we... Oh, chocolate. Oh, nice. You want to grab anything? Well, there it is. Hey, how's it going? Good. So we're streaming live right now.
All right. Hello, Internet.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Tom.
I think I see CES is the last time I saw. Yeah.
You saw Abner before you saw me.
And the box looks the same. It's still jaunty angle. So why? I know I asked you this before, but just for anybody who hasn't heard, why this weird kind of off-center form factor?
Because we like to be different.
Is it just that? Is it just like an artistic, so it looks cool?
Yeah, I think what we were trying to do is this is our first hardware device. So Boxy's still a software company. We partnered with D-Link on this device, and we really wanted to create something that stood out and something that made a statement. Was something that you would have a conversation about. So you put this in your entertainment center. It can go anywhere as long as it's on top. And people walk into the room, they go, "What's that?" And you have the opportunity to tell them all about Boxy.
It's an objet d'art.
Exactement.
I was a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to fit mine because I have gadgets stacked up in shelves and everything. But it actually, even though it's up at an angle, it doesn't have a ton of height, so it was able to slide right in. I wasn't too worried about that. Now you also have a couple of USB ports. These will allow you to just attach anything and play it, right?
Yeah, so the cool part about these is you can attach an external hard drive here, and it then becomes a NAS. So you can see it on anything that's connected to the same network as this. Also for IR dongles, so if you're like me, I've got a Harmony remote. This, since it's RF, doesn't work with Harmony remotes or universal remotes, so you can plug in an IR dongle there and get it to work within your system.
That's what I can do with my Google TV IR dongle. I can plug it into my Boxy. Then you've got digital out, HDMI, and your analog audio outs as well. I just use HDMI though, right? Because that's got the video and the signal. Yep. You've got it running up here. What do you have that nobody else has? Like, what makes this the thing to get? Because like you said, you guys are a software company. This is sort of demonstrating your software.
Yeah, I think the one thing that separates us from everybody else is really the focus on playing everything. So Google TV is really about the web. Apple TV is about the iTunes store and some of the local stuff. Roku is all about streaming. Boxy is all about everything on the web, everything you have at home. So whether it's on your home network, on a USB drive, on an SD card, we'll play it. We've got a full web browser integrated into the application, so you can get to anything on the web. We've got tons of apps, tons of TV shows, tons of movies. We just announced, essentially, by the end of 2010, we'll have Vudu for pay-per-view, which has the largest HD library of all the services. We'll have Netflix, a brand new implementation that is just awesome, really, really cool. And then we also announced Hulu Plus, so we'll have that hopefully early next year.
I was playing around with mine at home, and the only thing I noticed was that I was getting a lag when I would press on stuff, waiting for it to go to the next panel, the next pane. Occasionally, not all the time, but every once in a while. Is that something you think you can fix with a firmware upgrade?
Yeah, I think right now, so we just, like I said, this is our first hardware device, so we are being hyper vigilant about what everybody is saying. We're listening in on ABS forums and on Amazon comments and on our own blog and our forums, and we're really just trying to get a feel for what needs to be kind of tweaked and updated. So we'll be releasing firmware updates, all the time for the next couple weeks.
And inside here, what is the hardware inside? Is this the same thing I saw at CES, or have you changed the guts? Because I know you didn't want to comment on it then, because you're like, we're still working on what actually should go in there.
Yeah, so we switched over to the Intel Atom processor that's specifically designed for CE devices called Sotaville, and it's got an awesome amount of horsepower. So we're able to do full 1080p. It actually can handle 2 1080p streams at the same time. We're just using it for one, so it means we can do up to 90 megabits per second on a high-profile HD stream. So you're talking full Blu-ray quality that you're getting to be able to play across your network or from a USB drive. So, you know, the idea is, if we're going to play everything, we want you to have access to stuff that makes that HD TV you bought look great still, and, you know, utilize every inch of it that you paid for.
I was watching Revision 3 stuff, look good. I watched TWiT stuff, of course, look good. When I watched Star Trek streaming, it was kind of pixely. So that's probably not your fault, is it? People should know, like, it's going to depend on what's coming from the other end. I guess that's the bane of being open to everything, right?
Yeah, so it's all, you know, there's a lot of different factors. There's the bandwidth coming into your house. There's the bandwidth of the site that you're visiting, the quality of the video that's encoded for the site that you're visiting. So there's kind of a lot of factors, but what we're seeing is right now there's a lot of content that's available online that you couldn't tell the difference between if it's real TV, regular TV, or internet TV. And we've got a great app with Major League Baseball that looks like Comcast HD. I mean,
now, why can't I authorize Major League Baseball from the app? It makes me go to your site and do it.
I don't know exactly why that is.
I'm ambushing you, I apologize.
No, I mean, each provider has their own system. And so, you know, we're just trying to be as flexible as possible and let them, you know, implement the technology as they see best fit for their users, and give our users the opportunity to use it.
Now, I haven't checked this, and I'm remiss. Can you go to Fox.com, NBC.com, to those sites in your browser, and they'll stream?
So you can go to those sites. My guess, we expect, you know, just like Google TV, that they'll block us, but we see that as a short-term problem. I think what we'd really like to see is content. From the consumer perspective, if you pay for the content, it should be available anywhere. And if you're going to charge for it with ads or charge for it with pay-per-view or subscription, it really should be available on any device. And we don't think that's a scalable model to start saying, oh, you're streaming on an iPhone versus an Android versus a HTC EVA. Like, it just gets to be a mess.
You finally declared peace with Hulu, though. You mentioned Hulu Plus, and there had been this back and forth about blocking and all of this with Hulu. Is that's all settled now?
It's hopefully all behind us. Yeah, so we really wanted to make sure that the Hulu service was available to our users no matter what, you know, no back and forth. And we're really excited to have them on as a partner.
Well, I haven't let you show it off yet. Let's take, I mean, I've seen it already, but I forget, not everybody out there has. Can you run us through, like, a little bit of what it does?
Sure. Do you want me to go ahead and grab this? Okay. So what you're seeing is a brand new interface. This is version 1.0 of the Boxy software. And essentially, we've just tried to make it really streamlined for users. So very simple. Along the bottom is stuff that we featured and we think is pretty cool. And then across the top is a menu of all the different regions and sections within Boxy. So probably the favorite one is this TV show library. So we're going out across the web and grabbing stuff from a variety of different sites and pulling it in here. Additionally, we've got the same thing for movies. One of the cool things is we can go ahead and, if you tell us that you've got local movies, we'll go ahead and identify them and download all the metadata and get them ready for you to watch. So these are some trailers that we've downloaded for Despicable Me is a great one. And so this is for people who have a huge library of local content. We make it really easy to browse all that and index it into a beautiful library. So we're going to jump out of that and hop into some of our apps. So there's 130 apps on here now. We have over 400 on Boxy normally. We're just porting them over from the regular software into the Boxy Box. But as you can see, you know, some of your favorites, Pandora, we've got a great TED app. And the nice part about our infrastructure is that it's really flexible. So you'll see a lot of variety within the apps, a lot of, you know, unique interfaces. You get the horizontal shelf, and then we jump into themes, and it's displayed in a different way. Apologies, I've got 0.2 megs of bandwidth here, so some of the stuff takes a while.
What I was mentioning earlier is I was actually slower in loading the icons at home, and I've got a 50 megabit connection, but I don't have any idea why. I wasn't trying to show off. I just wanted you to know, like, it wasn't my connection. It was just, and then sometimes it would act just like this, where it's very snappy and very. So I don't know why I'm getting variable performance.
Huh. As I said, you know, we're kind of in first days, so I'm sure we'll stabilize all that.
They're cutting myself for other people on the bleeding edge. I realize that, but yeah.
We appreciate it, as do the users, you know? But yeah, I mean, great, huge app library. The last thing that probably sets us apart is this idea of being able to keep in touch with your friends and see what your friends are watching. So we're actually pulling in stuff from Twitter, from Facebook. So these can be from friends, from influencers and experts that you want to follow. And we're essentially just picking up everything that, hilarious, everything that your friends are sharing in terms of videos online with you. And if you see something from Twitter, you can get the tweet down at the bottom. So it's a really great experience. And then if you're watching something, you can share it with friends as well.
One of the people in the chat room was wanting to know when the desktop version would be updated, because they know you've been really concentrating on getting this out the door, so now that you have a chance to breathe, they're pushing you for the desktop version. Do you have any information on that?
There is no chance to breathe in startup land. We hope to get this out probably early next year for PC and Mac. You know, we're going to put a lot of effort into fixing and stabilizing this and making sure it's a robust experience. And then we've got some new stuff in the line for CES next year, so hopefully we'll see you there again. And you know, we're kind of keeping that as a target date for the PC and Mac as well.
Great. Also, there was one international listener who wanted to know, like, can I get Sky on there? Like, what is there for folks overseas? Because something like the Google TV is definitely built for the domestic audience.
Yeah, I think so. We are launching all over Europe. We're launching in Australia, New Zealand, US, Canada, and we're looking very closely, specifically at Canada, UK, Australia, and probably some of the other large countries in Europe to add more content. That'll happen over the next few months. You just got to give us a little bit of time. But certainly Sky, we're in talks with Sky and Channel 4, Channel 5, ITV, BBC, all of those guys want to bring them on board.
And if I'm in the UK, I can buy this, right? There's not a restriction on it.
Yeah. It's on sale starting probably on the 15th. Yeah.
The chat room also wanted to see TWiT on there because they just get a kick out of seeing us like 10 seconds later on the stream. So thank you for humoring them. It's so meta. We need to show the remote too. Don't let us forget, because I like the remote form factor. Ever since I saw it at CES last year, I have been a fan of that because you have the keyboard on one side. It's an Alt key to get to the numbers, so it's not too huge. And then you flip it over, and you've got your directional keys and your play pause. It's just so damn simple. I don't know who to credit with that at your company, but give them a big thank you for them.
I think this is one thing that all of us have been wanting since the very beginning. And one of the great things that this allows us to do, if I can back out of the TWiT app, is if I just start typing, it's just like Spotlight or Quicksilver. So I just start typing an app, and it'll pull up results for me, and I can get straight there. So it's a really, really easy way to find your way around kind of this infinite amount of content from the internet.
I really like the interface. It's really good. Are we going to actually start streaming ourselves now? I guess so. Oh, we have to go to the TWiT. We have to go to live. Watch TWiT Live up at the top there. Top right. Yeah, there you go. That's, yeah, it might break the space-time continuum. Exactly. Thank God it's not. Thank God there's an internet delay, or we might actually. Yeah, there you are. Remember? Oh, good times. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. It was great. All right. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
So we're going to Samsung next. Come on. We're going to see the Galaxy Tab. I have to spin around so I don't trip myself. Here we are, Samsung Mobile. Oh, there's the tab right there. Check it out. Hi, Tom. We're streaming live on TWiT right now. Nice to meet you. You're Leo?
Leo, R-I-O.
I work for a Leo, so I tend to hear that. So this is the tab. Which version is this?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not with Samsung. I'm just interviewing you. Yeah. He's like, I don't know. I don't work for them.
You want the official word, or you want to?
Which one is it, though? Do you know? Which carrier is it?
That's actually the international version.
Is it unlocked? It's an unlocked version then, or?
That's the international version. We don't have the US version.
But is the international version unlocked? Okay. Can you buy the international version and get it here? No. International version has a phone. That's kind of.
US version does not.
Well, I want to buy the international version then. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Are you done? You can be. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Cheers. So here we go. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab. Everyone's talking about how it's smaller than the iPad, but frankly, it doesn't bother me right now. Not off the top, anyway. Let's launch a YouTube video. It's upside down. Does it reorient? Like I've got it upside down. Will it reorient? So it won't flip on its own. Oh, okay. This video cannot be played. Well, let's look at this video then. Okay, there we go.
You want me to hold that mic for you so you can play with 2 hands?
Actually, let's see how I do one-handed first. No, yeah, you're probably right. I don't want to drop this. Here, hold that.
Here, just what do you like and not like about this, Tom? Let's walk through this together.
Well, I don't know yet. So far, the screen size doesn't bother me at all.
Well, try a browser.
All right.
That was the problem that I had with it. Is when you go vertical, it's a little.
Going video is fine. Now, you turn it upside down. There, see, the YouTube app would not do that. Dumb YouTube app. All right, a little slow. It's not bad. iPad does the same thing, by the way, only. So what should we look at?
Keep it clean. Family stream.
Where's the dot?
There.
That's not obvious.
Go. Okay, so here we are.
All right.
But
So
now rotate it to portrait mode.
that's not bad. A little laggy on the response to the sliding. And it's not optimized for mobile. All right, but you mean like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now, what is interesting to me about this is, and maybe it's just me, it feels very squished.
Yeah, it is squished on the side, but knowing that it's this way, I'm probably not going to use it that direction ever. I mean, that yeah, you get that option with the iPad, but if I'm going to watch video, I'm going to watch it this way anyway. Well, let's just look at a regular website. Because I kind of want to buy one of these.
Well, I know Eileen wanted to, although now it's all air.
Don't sign me up for anything, Daily Beast. The Daily Beast is merging with Newsweek.
I didn't know that.
They're the dailybeast.com is going to be the Newsweek publication and vice versa on the website.
Okay, no, rotate this because this is a good example. Changes things somewhat.
It looks good, but then when I try to read it, it's really small.
Yeah, see, the real estate it can be a little clunky.
It's better than the iPhone. So if you're going from a smartphone to this, it's probably not going to bother you at all. That is a little bit cramped. It's got maps. Now this has a phone because it's the international version they were telling us. I have to say that the touchscreen is not nearly as responsive. It's not nearly as snappy. What else do I do? Oh, a marketplace. They won't let you open that. I like that. I like the multi-touch active applications here. Let's see, we got a game, good game in here. You have a good game installed? Okay.
We're game free.
No gaming, no fun.
No fun. Just work.
All right.
Well, first thoughts?
First thoughts, I like it. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I still like it. It's a little more pedestrian. It's not as flashy, even though it will actually play Flash, oddly enough.
So it actually is literally flashier.
Yeah, it is technically flashier. It's interesting is they're about half battery life, and it's what time? Now I'm just dumb iPhone user. Yeah. There we go. 3:35. See, it's 3:35.
Wow, it's late.
All right. I want to ask some questions about it. Do you mind if I talk to you on the stream, or? You can be on camera, but I understand. And either one of you, or? Oh, okay. No, I understand. You look great on camera, both of you, though. I said you both look great on camera. So. I was curious if, so I know the release dates of all the carrier versions. Do you know if there's a release date for a Wi-Fi only version yet? No. Okay. So there we go. That's the Samsung Galaxy Tab. Now it's already out on Verizon. It's already out on T-Mobile. It's coming out on Sprint this Sunday. And it's various prices, but around $500, $600, depending on where you're getting it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We got all the Samsung Galaxy S phones in their various disguised names, like Epic and Fascinate and Captivate. Okay, Sarah's at Roku, so we're going to go catch up with her and hand over the mic and probably end up watching ourselves on TV again, because that's the big thing these days. More chocolate. I heard that, and it's not true.
What's not true? Oh, yeah. No. We were just talking about it.
Brian, good to see you. I'm going to hand you over the mic.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah. That's nice of you. Well, you know, this is good timing because I just so happened to be watching myself a few seconds ago on the Roku box.
Yeah, no, one of our most favorite channels for all our customers is the TWiT TV channel. And
Why, thank you, good sir.
Well, there you go. We're watching live TWiT, basically as it goes.
We're about to blow up the internet right now. Once we see ourselves seeing ourselves. This is very exciting. I've been waiting all night to do this.
It might be like a spontaneous implosion. Is that what's going to happen?
So, last words before the internet explodes?
Nice to talk to you. I love my wife, love my kids.
All right, so.
Oh, we just blew it up.
That's all right. I told you, the internet can't handle this much awesomeness. All right, so here we are. Yep. We're at the Roku booth. I happen to have a Roku box at home, and I really like it.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't, and they're wondering, now, we're
Wait, they don't like it, or they don't know? They don't have it?
They don't have it, so they don't know. I can't speak for anybody who doesn't like it, because I'm happy with mine, but I'm starting to experience set-top box overload, because, gotta be honest, you guys have got some competition here tonight. So what makes the Roku box the box?
Well, we've been doing this for a little while, and I think there's something to be said about that. And doing good video is hard, and I think that some of our competition, I think, is learning that in the fact that some of these products are taking maybe a little bit longer to come out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're about value. Our products start at $60 for an HD streaming device, and we're all about basically great content and bringing great experiences to our customers. We were the first to stream Netflix. We were the first to stream MLB.TV to the television. We were the first to bring MOG to the television screen. We were the first for a lot of content partners. And now the Roku platform boasts close to 100 different channels. And it really is an open platform that anyone that has content and anyone that has rights to content can create a channel, and customers can pick and choose as they so please. And so, TWiT is a really popular channel on our platform, but so is Netflix. So will be Hulu Plus when it launches, we think.
And when is Hulu Plus going to launch on the Roku box?
That is a great question, Tom.
Actually, I asked it.
No, I know. Soon. Very,
but
very
Tom,
soon.
listen. So how soon is soon? Because I hear a lot of soons around here.
See, I'm going to get trapped here.
No, it's not a funny joke.
Listen, it is the #1 priority.
Before Christmas?
Hulu and Roku are working every day to bring this thing out as quickly as possible, and I can say we are very, very close.
Okay. So I'm going to say before Christmas, unless I hear differently. All right. Okay, so for someone who's saying, hey, I'd like to cut the cord, what's my best option? You mentioned Netflix. Hulu Plus is coming. I mean, what does Roku give? Give me the all-in-one spiel.
Well,
if I'm ready to buy, I only want one box.
Well, I think there's a couple things. One is the kind of the objection points still are great day after broadcast, which will come from Hulu Plus. Great movies that come from Amazon Video on Demand, that come from Netflix. And then you have sports. We have MLB.TV. We just announced NHL this week, so we'll have live and on-demand hockey for all those rabid hockey fans.
Oh, they're out there.
Yeah, they are. We'll have another sports league coming, major sports league that we have not announced yet.
Is it football?
I can't say what it is.
Is it baseball?
Yet. I can't say what it is yet, but it's coming. It's coming. And then I think that the other part of it is also news. People want local news, they want national news, and we're starting to see some channels that are aggregating news content. There's a great channel here called Roku Newscaster that pulls in NBC News, CNN News, Fox News, stuff like that, all into one like really nice interface. And there's a lot of more examples like that. So I think you're going to start to see, for a very, very small amount of money per month, a box that obviously starts at $60, right, and goes up to $100. That's it. Give you a pretty robust experience for cable shaving, and in some cases, obviously, some people like to cable cut.
And remind folks at home, what is the difference between the $60 box and the top of line?
So the $60 box has HDMI out. It is 720p capable with Wi-Fi built into it. The mid-range box has Wi-Fi N. It has a little better keyboard, and it also can stream 1080p content. And the high-end box has a USB port. It has 1080p. It has dual band N, and it also has the better remote. And there's some nice features in there as well.
So let's take a look.
Sure.
Let's play around here.
Okay. So this was the Roku Newscaster channel.
This is like an aggregate of.
Yeah. So this aggregates basically content from, video podcast content. You see NBC Nightly News.
How does the content get chosen?
It's chosen by the person that created the channel. Okay. So basically, you've got CBS, NBC, and
so I could create this.
You could create this, absolutely, absolutely. So I mean, let's get to brass tacks here, right? We want to see. You have a lot of channels here. We talked about NHL and MLB, Hulu Plus coming.
Oh, you've already got baseball. I'm in basketball. When's basketball coming?
We have not
very soon, right? Cranberry sauce soon.
Ships yet, but we're working on a lot of different things. Absolutely. Here's TWiT TV. So basically, you have a live stream that we were watching earlier, but also you've got all the shows on demand in both basically video as well as audio podcasts.
Now you mentioned video quality.
Yeah.
How good is good?
Up to, in this case, this box is capable up to 1080p. There's not a lot of content that streams today in 1080p, but it's built for future, obviously.
It's ready.
Implementations, absolutely. So you see, wait, that.
I don't know who that chick is.
Who's that person? Who is that? iPad Today.
I love that show.
So here's TWiT. Like I said, Flickster, which is another great channel, actually does a lot of HD movie previews. Vimeo is a great way to upload your personal video. Coldcast TV just launched today. It actually takes advantage of our new grid UI. So a lot of our partners will now be able to do what Netflix did, where you've got basically the ability to navigate up, down, left, right, a lot more to choose from with like really nice cover art. And I think that's something that's in our SDK now that you'll start to see more of in the months to come.
Now, before the camera came up here, a gentleman was asking you about speaker options. I've got a Sonos system at home. Will the Roku hook up with my Sonos system?
Well, no. The Roku, though, will plug into your receiver at home, through the HDMI port. And then you can use, one of the great things about this product is that a lot of people plug it into their stereo system to listen to TV shows, to watch TV shows and movies. So why not plug it in and then hook up your Pandora account? Why not plug it in? MP3 Tunes is a pretty popular channel where you can upload all of your iTunes music and listen to your iTunes. Mog is a new channel that we just launched recently. That's a subscription service. A lot of our content partners, what they do is that they make a subscription for mobile, desktop, and then TV. So a single subscription to Mog will allow you to watch it on, to listen on your iPhone, allow you to listen on your desktop, and then allow you to extend that experience to your living room through your Roku. Same goes with NHL, same goes with MLB.TV, same goes with Hulu Plus, and on and on and on. So I think that you're starting to see content aggregators create channels that have that triple screen play. That's a one subscription fee, but allows you to basically have that experience across any device, whether it be your mobile device, whether it be your tablet device, your laptop computer, and then your TV.
So I have to ask, because there's all of the, it's like the set-top wars. Yes. You know, you guys are on like opposite corners, staring each other down.
I stare down Andrew Kippen every day.
So now, but do you guys all know each other and kind of like secretly be like, hey man, good to see you, I hate you?
I love Andrew Kippen, actually. Yeah, I know him. He's a good guy. I would hope he'd say the same thing about me. I don't know the guys from Logitech and Sony, for that matter. I don't really know the people from Apple, but who does, right?
So it's not like you guys are all going out to lunch comparing notes.
I like Thomas Meyer from Sonos. He's a great guy. No, I mean, look, I think we're all very friendly in this space. I think we're competitive, but at the same time, what we also recognize is that, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. That, you know, here we are 1 year from last fall, where there was probably like half as many competitors, maybe less, but at the same time, we're 1 year later where there's, you know, 100 times more people know about streaming content to the TV. This is real. You know, people are starting to basically use this as both a complement to shave maybe services, but they're also starting to use it as data will show that they're starting to use it as a cord cutting measure, right? So like this market is really, really primed for major, major expansion this year. Well, into next year, right? We're at the end of this year.
It's the year of the cord cutting.
Yeah, I mean, but look, I think that these products have a real opportunity, and I think that if we're able to execute and we're able to basically convey our message, our value message, and deliver the content that's really important to people, we'll be just fine.
Well, you know, you mentioned, hey, we were the first to do a lot of this stuff, and now everyone's, you know, some of them are catching up, at least on some levels. How do you, once the playing field becomes level, and then you've got to move to the next level, no one really cares who's first anymore.
Right.
So how do you not get lost in the fray?
Well, you have to execute on the best possible experience. So you have to also be really, really great to your customers. You have to get your customers behind you, get them really enthusiastic, get them talking to their friends, their family, those types of people. I mean, I think that you're absolutely right. There are a lot of different products you can buy, but also at the same time, people go online more and more today than they've ever done before to investigate, to get recommendations. And so, you know, if we're positioned well in that regard, I think we'll be okay. But I mean, I think that we just have to basically stay one step ahead of a lot of that competition. It's difficult, there's no doubt about it, but I'm really confident that if we do what we think we can do, we'll be just fine.
Have a machine the size of a car, and they take pellets, plastic pellets, and they put it through a machine the size of a car, and it comes out the other end like this spaghetti. Okay. And it's just heating up now. And it comes in, it gets heated up. This is very hot, and then it goes down, and then layer by layer, it builds it up.
And so, can the average user get that same cord? Can get that same material in Ohio?
We sell.
You sell it.
Yeah, we get it made to our specifications, so it works in our machine. And then, yeah, you get it. We have all the different colors. We just came out with glow in the dark, and we've got some other cool colors, cool things to make objects with.
How long does it take to, like, you're printing a wine cup, that's kind of a larger item. How long did it take to print the car?
The car took a little under an hour. This bunny took...
I thought your laser jet was slow.
You know what though? Like for 3D printers, we're super fast. Like this is actually much faster than other 3D printers.
We're in Heathkit days.
But I agree, it's too slow, and we're working on it. And the cool thing is we're open source, so if you want to, you can work on it. And then when you improve it, you improve it for the whole community.
Hear that? Someone who's better at this than me? Do that. You're still the fastest, though.
We're still the fastest. The fastest 3D printer in the West.
You should use that. Or in the world, really.
Yeah.
So where do people go if they want to investigate this, look into it, and maybe order one?
So if you're interested in MakerBot, go to MakerBot.com. if you want to check out things that people have made and things that people are designing, go to thingiverse.com. That's our site where people share their digital designs. That's a really fun site to go to too. So MakerBot and Thingiverse.
So yeah, if you're the maker kind, go to MakerBot. If you're just like the viewer kind, you want to see cool stuff, go to Thingiverse. Or you can go to both if you're both kind.
It's really cool to have you here. This is a great event.
Hey, thanks, Bree. It's great. I'm glad this worked out. Ryan said it was a little bit of serendipity that you showed up. This is awesome.
Perfect. You know, I love this town, and it's in terms of geeks. I mean, this is a high. There's serious like density of people who are obsessed with gadgets in this town.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good rest of the evening. All right. Cheers. MakerBot.com. Go look at it. It's cool. All right. I think we're going to head downstairs now. All right. So now we're going to hit the T-Mobile G2, right? This is the G2, the successor to the G1. It's also made by HTC?
It's made by HTC. It's running vanilla Android 2.2 on our new 4G network.
And that, when you buy it, that's what you get. You get the vanilla, right?
You get the vanilla Android on there, ready to go, including Flash Player and all the normal apps that you get with the Android Marketplace. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I could definitely demo the browser right here. It's an amazing phone with 5-megapixel camera, and you have this Z hinge right here. So you can see it. Yeah, definitely. Check it out. I want to one-hand it.
So it's I have to, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it slides really easily. It may have looked a little harder than it needed to right there, but.
One of the best keyboards. You can check it out. The feel of the keyboard is definitely one of the best out there on the market.
And people like having a physical keyboard, especially in a reference design type of situation like this. I know a lot of guys who do terminal coding, they like to use shell, and they need to have a keyboard.
And it works a lot better with this. For those who don't want it, we also have our MyTouch 4G, but we have a very large amount of customers who want that vanilla Android experience with the keyboard, very similar to what you get with, say, a Nexus 1, but with the keyboard, and it takes advantage of our new HSPA Plus 4G network. So.
Now, are you going to have a Nexus S?
Ooh, we will see. No comment on that. I wouldn't be the right person to talk to. But for now, these devices are doing plenty well.
And this is available right now, exactly.
It's available right now.
What's the pricing and contract situation?
So on a 2-year contract, the price comes out to $199, and then it's about $499 without. We have our Even More Plus, which are no contract options, and we also have our contract options with our Even More plans.
Can you get it unlocked?
Yes, you can.
And how much would it be?
T-Mobile will unlock your devices. If you purchase them, they'll send you an unlock code through email.
But you still have to have a contract to get it in the first place. Can you buy it without a contract?
Well, T-Mobile also, we have our own AWS 3G band, so it wouldn't work with any other company's 3G speeds anyway.
Is it a world phone, though?
Yes, it is.
So you can use it overseas at least. You're right, the keyboard's actually really good.
The keyboard is great.
I mean, I'm using it in a really bad situation right now, and I'm able to type really easily.
Yeah, and the great thing about the Z hinge is that it slides into this little recessed area, so that top row of keys are very easy to hit. And yeah, we've heard zero complaints about that. You also have the quick switch buttons right here. You can set up 3 customized buttons to switch to whichever applications you use the most.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. I'll take this with me. Yeah, I'll just go. No. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cheers. There you go. T-Mobile G2. It's not a bad little device. I think this may be our last thing. This has been really great. I want to thank Ryan and Pete again for letting us do this, letting us be in here and wandering around annoying people, for putting the whole thing on, for that matter. And also thanks to Slingbox. They're our sponsor. They're here. They are the ones who allow you to watch your TV wherever you go. All you have to do is plug the Slingbox into your home internet connection, and then plug that into your television, and then you're able to watch whatever you get on television anywhere you go. Slingbox helps us to bring you these breaking news events. Slingbox.com/twit or a Best Buy near you to take a look at it.
Oh, hi. Tell everybody at home your name.
My name is Dan Brown. I'm here with Divix from San Diego.
So you guys are like the gadget sponsor tonight, aren't you?
We are. We're the title sponsor. We've been to all the Gadget Live events this year.
And you were showing off something new and interesting tonight. You were telling me a little bit about it, but tell everyone at home what's going on here. What do you got?
Yeah, so this is the first gadget event that we've actually shown this at. Came out about 2 weeks ago. Basically what we have here is Divix TV. And what Divix TV is kind of like an application that can be on a lot of different types of hardware. In this case, this is an LG Blu-ray player, one of 6 models that support it. And just like you kind of would launch Netflix or you would launch Pandora, you can launch Divix TV. It's free, and basically what it is it's a way that you can watch web video content on your TV in a way that's very similar to like a channel surfing experience. You know, so you see here we have, you know, a lot of favorites like Revision 3, you know, a Gadget podcast.
It's Veronica Belmont, one of my favorite internet stars.
Yes, exactly. So, and you know, you can favorite it, you know, go back to your favorite stuff. And essentially what we're trying to do is keep it very simple, you know, up, down, left, right, enter. It's very accessible, you know, and basically it's very, you know, already come built into your Blu-ray device, so your mom and dad can use it. You can put a remote just on anyone's hands, and they can use it right off the bat.
So we've talked to the Logitech folks, the Sony folks, the Roku folks, the Boxy Box folks, and so people are kind of like, all right, well, this is yet another way to get internet onto my TV. What differentiates Divix in that way?
Yeah, so one big differentiator is that, you know, we come built into a lot of hardware. So, you know, you don't have to buy a separate box or like a separate thing. And there's still other people that do something similar to that. So like, for instance, Google TV, we're Android fans. We're not going to knock it. One difference is that with Google TV, you have your browser, applications, API, search. It's kind of like a kitchen sink of a lot of things. And it's very cool. That's not us. We're very simple. We want to keep it to being able to watch, you know, content in a way that's very simple, very easy to use, and very intuitive. In fact, there's really nothing stopping us from, you know, wrapping this up and maybe in the future in some sort of Android application that could be available on Google or on other platforms like what you see. So.
Now, that is an LG Blu-ray player that.
Yeah. So this is a Blu-ray player from LG. Like I said, it's one of 6 different LG Blu-ray devices, and they actually got this firmware update for free about 2 weeks ago that enabled this sort of functionality back completely free.
So I wanted Divix TV. What is it going to cost me?
That's kind of a funny question. We don't make the hardware. We work with hardware manufacturers, and so it depends on what you buy. And so there's 6 different Blu-ray players. You know, if you get the one with like the 250 gig hard drive built in, it might be a little more. To be honest, we don't control the price point, so.
It's all about the devices that you're using with your Divix.
It can be a very large range of prices, anything from super cheap to like if it's a really crazy expensive device, you know.
I noticed the video is running as you can browse.
Yeah, so it's like I said, we try and make it a lot like a TV browsing experience, something that like if I put in my hands of my mom, she's already very familiar with how you browse the television. And so a lot like that is just like flipping through channels. As you flip through, the content changes. And after one piece of content's done, it goes right on to the next.
You know, that might be it's kind of an interesting point because so many people are wanting to, you know, supposedly getting rid of cable is the hot new thing. But for a lot of folks, if it's not enough light cable, then they don't want to try it.
Yeah, and so, you know, I've tried out all of these, and to be honest, I love all of these. I love Android, I love Google, but I probably wouldn't put that in the hands of my mom right now, or I wouldn't, like the Boxy Box is awesome, but they've never figured it out. I can put this controller in the hands of just about anyone right now, and they can easily figure it out how to find different content, how to enjoy it, how to play it back.
Tom, what do you think?
Well, I'm looking in the chat. I just got into the chat room, so if you have a question from the chat room, let me know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Divix TV. So let's click around the interface a little bit more. I've heard a lot about it, but let's see a little bit more about how it looks.
Let's kind of start at the beginning. So, like I said, it's an application, at least on this particular device it is. This is LG's interface. You know, you can do a lot of things. In this case, if you go to Netcast, you'll see Netflix, Vudu, a lot of things that people are very familiar with. In this case, you want to launch Divix TV, and you're going to be brought to kind of like our home, our landing screen.
What about Hulu? Hulu's it's the hot topic.
Everyone wants Hulu. We work with all sorts of content manufacturers. There's no Hulu on here right now. But if like Hulu wanted to work with us, integrate Hulu Plus into here eventually, that's definitely something that is possible.
Give them a call.
Say what? Don't. If there's anyone out there at Divix that says, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that," I'm sorry. But you know, that's definitely something that's possible. So this is like the landing page. You know, you got widgets down here, kind of like our favorites. You know, Revision 3 content.
What about TWiT TV? You got some TWiT TV up in there?
I can definitely say that it's not on here, but it is easily the #1 most requested thing that we don't have yet. So
Well, that's good to hear. It would be better if it was there, though.
it would be better if it's there. And you know what? The great thing about this is that content can be added without them ever having to update anything in the back end. We can add it as long as we have the deals or if it's under Creative Commons or whatever. And so we're continually adding content all the time.
Can you stream files from your PC to there, or is it only?
So all Divix, this is on Divix certified devices, and so within this, you're not going to have something for streaming or playing back local content. But since it is also a Divix certified device, you can put your Divix files on a thumb drive or whatever and do it. This particular device has DLNA built into it, so you can, and it's also Divix certified, so you can stream your Divix files using that protocol. So.
Anybody else?
That it starts playing, you open it up, you can start enjoying stuff right off the bat. If you go into browse videos, a lot of talking here.
People tend to lose their voices at
So we feature videos. It kind of changes all the time. You can add stuff to favorites, and so like I have movie trailers, Revision 3, some Blip TV content, and then we kind of have everything based around like genres. So Associated Press, CBS News, it's being updated all the time. So like CBS News, it's always going to be like stuff that just happened. As soon as they post it, it's up on here. And the other thing to know is that we have deals with all these people, and so it's never dead links, never like it doesn't work. Another cool feature is search, and so you can kind of search for like a term across all the different content partners, and save them as well. So I have my searches on here. I'm a nerd. Zombies, Android, and Star Wars. So, for instance, for zombie, it's updated all the time. Here's all the zombie stuff that's kind of across all this stuff right now.
That is very cool.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, it's functional. It's also simple. So there's a lot of options for the geeks, but also it just works right off the bat for people who just want a simple channel surfing experience.
Well, simple is something that some people prefer.
Yeah, for sure.
Also from the chat room, they're wondering, like, can I get the software myself? Can I put it on a PC, Mac, Linux, anything like that?
So right now, LG is first to market with this, and it's going to be on a lot more devices in the future. As far as whether or not it can be as a standalone software to make your own PC, whatever, I can't really speak to that, but it's definitely something that's possible. I'm not saying it's happening or it's not happening. That's just for you, Divix Legal Team.
Cranberry sauce answer.
Yeah, that's become a thing.
It's a thing, at least till 2 weeks from now. I love that zombie search. That's great.
Yep.
If you're just in a zombie or an Android kind of a mood, you just go browsing along.
Yeah, my wife, this is all true. Like my wife, there's a couple cooking shows on here. And so the very first time she got this, she found a couple cooking shows that she was really interested in, so she watched a few. And there's one where they made a tiramisu with beer, with like a rogue chocolate stout or something like that. She's like, that's awesome. And so like, within 2 days of me bringing this device home, I came home. She's like, hey, I made tiramisu with beer. I hope you like it. I'm like, where'd you find that? She's like, oh, it's like on a cooking channel on Divix TV. So it paid off within like 3 days of me bringing it home. So basically, buy this, and you may just have tiramisu when you come home. It's awesome. So.
It's great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I love TWiT.
Well, we love you back. Put TWiT TV on the Divix TV, and then we'll be square. All right, Tom. I think it's time. I mean, we were supposed to stop at 8:30 and we just couldn't. But I think it's time to finally say goodbye. Oh, look, Ron Richards from Revision 3. Hello.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm good. Open bar.
I know. Open bar event. It's the secret.
Yeah, I didn't know.
No one says this about gadget events. I'm sorry.
I walk by, I'm like, hey, we're kind of busy. I'll talk to you in a second. And then you just stop and go, oh, hey, Ron.
Well, I like Ron, Tom.
Tom gave me the brush off. Is that the first time, by the way, Tom's giving me the brush off?
He's very important.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So,
newsman.
You want to help us finish the show?
Not so much. I'm drinking. I'm just enjoying myself.
I was just saying, Ron and I were saying, it's kind of like the secret of these events is that there's an open bar.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a secret anymore.
Well, I tweeted it and it got up on the damn screen. I didn't know that either. I'm like, ooh, open bar. And I was like, oh, crap, I just told everyone.
Yeah, there's no Brian Brushwood here to hack the Twitter stream either, which is...
Exactly.
Well, we'll once we wrap this up, we'll get immature and start tweeting things to the...
We'll be right back.
All right. How far are we going? Are we actually going to just walk on out the door?
We started.
Okay. Where it all began. All right.
Yeah.
Tom?
Okay, so I know there's people who are like, can you just go to Lexmark? Could you go to Acer? Do you mind? And there are tons of things over here that we would like to go, but Jason is under siege back at the ranch, so we have to end sometime. And sadly, this is it.
Jason can't stop until we stop. It would actually be kind of funny if we never stopped.
What do you think, Jason? Oh, I have a text message. F you, Merritt. I know where you live. Okay, I think we should wrap up. Yeah, okay.
Everybody for joining us at Gadget Live 2010.
gdgt.com if you want to check out their site, if you want to start a gadget list, anything like that. You can want all this stuff on their site. Thanks to Ryan Pete again for putting this on and letting us come and tromp around with our camera and annoy everyone.
Good people. Good event. A real success.
Thanks to Slingbox for sponsoring us. And you can find it in the TWiT Live Specials. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.